It's Ireland's day, it's Ireland's season, and rarely has such an ugly game had such a beautiful result.
Well, a smashing performance from Ireland, and you have to say fully deserved. Whatever the problems at scrum time, Ireland showed an ambition, a creative ability, a willingness to counter-attack, and they got their just reward in the end with a famous victory and their third win in succession against South Africa.
Wonderful days, and that man epitomises everything that's good about his team. Terrific day. Ireland finished unbeaten in 2009, and Johnny Sexton will continue to push for his place in this Irish team alongside the likes of Heaslip and those that have performed so well. Wonderful day at Croke Park, wonderful season, wonderful year for Irish rugby. The final score, Ireland 15, South Africa 10. What about that, Tom?
Absolutely fantastic, Ryle. There's the gloom, but I gotta say the fires of Irish rugby are burning brighter than they've ever burned in all long history of Irish rugby. We've beaten the world champions and the Tri-Nations champions.
Well, unbelievable. But it is a question, like Australia, they simply hung in, and ultimately they were the better team because as South Africa didn't use the possession, our confidence rose, and we knew we could take these
Their
guys.
mental strength, their courage, their determination.
Look, this is what set this team apart now. It's the mental strength. It's the willingness, as George said, to take a kicking, to take a hammering, just keep getting your hands up above the preface or whatever, and just keep scratching. They've been magnificent. I mean, rugby in this country at the moment, it's on a massive high.
Phenomenal. And Sexton and Carney, those displays.
They're all, I mean, you just get, it's abject some of the rugby that South Africa tried to play in Ireland. You can go through each player, the number of chances we're trying to create, they're trying to run, they're trying to keep the ball alive, they look better in broken field. Their ability to live and fight for one another like it means everything to them is just... It's just an honour to be able to sit here and watch them play.
Huge crowds cheering, George, and the gloom coming down. You've been watching this game for 50 years. You played it, you coached, you commentated. This is the greatest moment, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's not about just this match. I mean, we've had these kind of wins in our long and great history. What we haven't done is deliver the consistency over the period of an entire calendar year where we have been unbeaten. That's what makes this team extraordinary. Conor used the word abject, though. We must look at South Africa. Yeah. South Africa are without any ambition or imagination, and you have to blame Peter de Villiers, who is not the best coach in South Africa. He has coached at his team not by his talent, but because the colour of his skin, because of positive discrimination, and he's just not good enough.
They just don't have a plan B. I mean, you can see how they won because they bully. You can see how they won the Tri-Nation because at home they're nearly unbeatable. But today they were disappointing. Yes, they left 12 points on the goalpost, but still, the second half by Ireland, you didn't think South Africa could score a try.
Now, there's that, we look at it later on, there was that disgraceful high tackle on Bowe. Should have been a yellow card, could have been a penalty, and could have been a try.
Well, then there should have been another yellow card.
There was 2 yellow cards, and we'll look at it later on in the sequence. It was a yellow card. It was a high tackle, not a disgraceful high tackle, a high tackle, and then 2 guys retreated. That was 22-10 Ireland, game over.
Yeah, the referee had a bad match, and the thing about Nigel Owens is that he remains in the international panel despite having a succession of bad games. And the international board are going to have to come to terms with the fact that the referee remains the single most important person in this game. And unless they get top quality officials, unfortunately for Ireland, the best referees are Irish, and we don't get them.
All right. Well, it's a magnificent Irish virtue, you've got to say it.
Absolutely. I mean, the best team in the world at the moment. I mean, they've beaten the best that the Southern Hemisphere can bring over. As George said, this is not a one-off. This is a celebration of a magnificent year of rugby that continues. We can now look forward in a gloomy country's perspective for another Grand Slam winning
Where does
season.
Kidney go from here? First season he wins the Grand Slam. Second season the Ultimate Nationals he beats the world champions.
Yeah, but where he goes, he keeps on building. I mean, he made a massive call today. Johnny Sexton now will no longer wonder, can he hack it? He knows he can hack it at the very
and Sean
top.
O'Brien
And Ronan O'Gara.
I think the point you make, Tom, is you've got Sean O'Brien there, a youngster, you've got Keane Healy, a youngster, you've got Jonathan Sexton, a youngster, you've got Keith Earls, a youngster, and they're beating the world champions.
Carney, a youngster.
The whole backline is youngster, so he's bringing in the new bloods, and they're performing.
Well,
if for the first time ever since 1987, Ireland will go to the World Cup with more than just making the quarterfinals as their ambition.
Absolutely.
Well,